Welcome. Do let me know if I can be of any assistance at all. Thank you again for delivering those potions to Madame Lawing. Saved me a lot of time and trouble. Hear you found a bit of treasure in the forest. Was never one for adventure myself.
Professor, could you tell me how you and Natty ended up at Hogwarts?
I can. That is an easy question. We are here because of Professor Weasley.
You knew Professor Weasley when you were in Uganda?
I knew of Professor Weasley. As you may or may not be aware, Professor Weasley's work once took her around the globe. Without providing detail that is not mine to share, I can say that she was well known in our wizarding community for, well, sharing magical knowledge between countries.
Professor Weasley seems quite knowledgeable, so I'm not surprised to hear that she'd do that sort of thing.
Indeed. Although I suspect there is much about each of your professors that would surprise and impress you. Such exchanges of information, ministry sanctioned or not, have occurred for centuries. It was an African sorcerer, in fact, who shared the unlocking charm with a certain wizard from London. A thief, rather unfortunately.
I see.
But back to your original question. Professor Weasley had heard of my work and life in Matabeleland and my time teaching at Ouagadougou. She was deputy headmistress at Hogwarts by then, and when the position of divination professor became available, she contacted me. Her timing was perfect. I had just foreseen a change in Nat's size and my circumstances and knew that we needed to leave Uganda. Natsai was as ready as I was for a new adventure. So, off we went.
Natty has spoken of your move. She was quite kind to me my first day here, in Charms.
That sounds like Natsai. I'm glad she has found a friend in you. Now, I must return to my work. As I've told Natsai, do be careful. I had a vision earlier this year of her with a friend, flying on winged beasts. Perhaps unsurprisingly, she will neither confirm nor deny my visions, unless it suits her.
I didn't hear anything.
She was humming again.
Oh, that's why you were so bothered.
Of course I was bothered. It's enough trying to memorize dates for bins without being pounded by a horrible tune that Peeves likely made up.
Oh, I knew I'd heard it somewhere. That's where it's from. Yes, it is a horrid tune. Very strange melody.
Speaking of Peeves, I heard he drenched that poor boy again. You know the one, Hufflepuff. Winks a lot.
Oh, yes. Apparently his father works in a spring carnival. Perhaps winking's part of the trade.
Well, I for one would appreciate people simply behaving in an orderly manner, without humming or winking. I have a younger sister who looks up to me. I can't be going home for the holidays without something for her to aspire to.
What do you mean? Like what?
Some sort of, I don't know, special recognition. An exemplary student and all that.
I'm fairly certain your little sister already looks up to you, just as you are.
I'm not so sure. Last time I was home, she left a hawk lump in my bed. Can't say that's a sign of respect.
Next time you hear the humming offender in the library, alert me and I'll sort her out.
Really? Oh gosh, that would be very much appreciated. I'm not one for confrontations. Thank you.
Afraid I can't do anything about Peeves, though.
Oh, of course. Wouldn't expect you to. Unless you could perhaps teach him a better tune.
Now you're pushing it.
Understood. Understood.
I was always in trouble, I was. Always something broken in the garden. Ornaments, torn up lawn.
Do you think it's possible to spend time with any of the mer people from the lake?
Tried to summon the pepper at dinner last week and dropped a pudding into our prefect's lap. Not sure who felt it more, me or her.
Honestly, the way some of those Slytherins fawn all over Professor Black, it's embarrassing. Even he seems irritated by it. Then again, what isn't he irritated by?
My aunt made some amortentia once, because she wasn't getting along well with my uncle.
Got called on to read out loud a history of magic the other day. Stumbled over all the words. I think I even bored bins. And that's saying something.
I fell asleep in Transfiguration once. Professor Weasley woke me up and I had drool all over my wand. Couldn't transfigure my way out of that.
I tried to brew some Amortentia once. It was an awful disaster. I thought he'd take an interest in me.
In Transfiguration, I switched the writing ink with Fobberworm mucus. I thought it to be funny, and it was. To me. My brother caused a lot of trouble in Professor Weasley's class. I could test you. Oh, that would be incredible. If you're sure.
I'll be tested too.
You already know the dates of every Goblin Rebellion that hasn't even happened yet.
Good to stay in top form.
Then I shall test you both at the same time.
That won't work.
What? Why?
Because we shall hear each other. Then we'll know the answers.
Oh, that is a point.
You're saying I need to take time to test each of you on the dates of Goblin Rebellions separately?
Yes. And if it involves warlocks, I shall need extra time.
What?
If I could have a moment
Why?
of your time.
I struggle to recall details
How utterly odd. Tis a bit. I feel more confident knowing I'll be tested anyway. Who's Barnabas Deverell?
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way. And I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time. Even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Graffhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
What ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while. Just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself a copy.
This must be the entrance to the Hall of Herodiana. Here it is. The Hall of Herodiana. Better go inside and find those puzzles. Revelio! I want to see if Herodiana Byrne was as good as Sophronia said she was. Revelio. Revelio. Chest looks interesting. That wasn't too hard. I wonder what's next. Revelio. I see. The switch reset everything. Good to know. the last of them. Seems I was a match for Herodiana Byrne after all. And this must be the last piece of Herodiana's ensemble. It is remarkable. No wonder Sophronia wanted to see this.
Well, did you find the Hall of Herodiana?
Sophronia, I solved all the puzzles in the Hall of Herodiana.
Incredible! Then you found Herodiana's outfit. May I see it?
Of course. Behold.
Oh, how grand! You'll look as majestic as Herodiana herself, the greatest Depulso master of all time. You're my second favorite hero!
Alohomora. Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. Mine now, demiguise. Revelio. Lumos.
Nice and warm. Why do students always frown? Peace should burn the castle down. Oh, such fun!
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. 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 Alohomora.
What have you done? Yes, I said forever, but this wasn't what I meant at all. Well, are you happy now?
Please wait!